Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome back to the Current Art Podcast. I'm Yaching.
I'm Chang'en.
So nice to see you again.
Nice to see you again.
Yeah.
All right.
What did we eat today?
I made a Korean soup called doenjang. Actually,
doenjang.
it calls specifically 강doenjang. Means it's not stew, but it's kind of make it curry-like saucy. Yeah, with the vegetables.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have like mouth water because we eat it in a very like delicious way. This very gravy, thick curry paste like soup we mix up with the rice just cooked out of like the pot, and then we like roll it in the cabbage.
The red leaf lettuce.
The lettuce, yeah.
Yeah.
So delicious and, refreshing, because last few days I've been obsessively eating sugars for...
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I detox you.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like Thursday became my favorite lunch day. Really.
I'm glad that you like my food.
So delicious. I mean, I never ate anything before I came to Rachel, because...
Yeah, don't eat.
Yeah, because I was thinking I have to eat as much as I can, like with her. Yeah. So
awesome.
Delicious.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So why did you take so much sugar?
Cannot control it.
Oh, it makes you feel good?
I get sense of dopamine. Do you keep track of the sugar?
I don't eat much sugar, just generally. So if I had one or two, my body just automatically just shut down. Like I don't want to take it anymore. So yeah, I don't need to track myself, but I track for my kids.
Yeah,
because they can't control. They just gonna dig it constantly. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you ever like overeat any certain food that you really like?
Maybe I'm more like a salty kind of person. So I like a salty and chewy texture. So if I have a salami or some kind of seaweed, kind of snack, it's kind of square shape, roasted seaweed. Yeah, I love that. It made me swallow already. So yeah, I think I can't stop with the salty food, I guess.
Yeah, I am a vegetarian. But I eat fish sometimes, but I love like anything which is heavy. I don't know. I don't eat so much of like salad, for example. I only eat salad when somebody makes me salad.
Oh, so you like the food, something like fulfill your stomach.
That's true. I love to feel like this warm feeling of the stomach. Not always very healthy, but every time if somebody like make the salad, I will feel like... So if anybody like makes me salad, I love to eat it. It's just like a different change of like textures, a different change of habits. So I enjoy it. Yeah.
Great.
So it's actually quite related to what we are going to talk about.
Yeah.
Like stress and obsessive eating.
No, I can tell right now is I don't overeat. Except the salamis. But when I was little, the high school, middle school, I was overeating with the chips. Because at the time my parents was not around me, and then my mom was in and out. But whenever she left home, she gave me some money so I can get some chips from the store. It's not healthy, right? But at the time I was just feeling, wanted to craving about this kind of salty and crunchy. I guess I still feel relief when I have a kind of chewy, like texture, right? A salty food. So at the time too, but I had too much chips at the time. So I gained so much weight.
That's so interesting that you are talking about actually this craving of the food is actually left a like memories in your taste and in your body. So you still like this kind of feeling when you eat some like crunchy food.
Yes. Yeah. I feel not comfortable just like when I have a craving food and then ramen, example, ramen with salty food, kimchi or some kind of related with the Korean. It's just relief. Feels like relief.
That's so true. That's so true. I definitely like associate with any like type of like salty, unhealthy, sweet, like extreme flavors. Yeah. I mean, whenever I feel like my mood is down, I need something like that.
Right. So why it's that? It's not hungry.
No.
Yeah.
It's a psychological thing, actually. Yeah. It's interesting. Have you ever heard of mukbang?
Yes. Mukbang is originated from Korea.
That's true. Mukbang is a eating show. It's an online audiovisual broadcast in which a host consumes various quantities of food while interacting with the audiences. So the genre actually became so popular in Korea in early 2010 and has become global trend since like mid 2010s.
Right. Yeah. Oh, I know some of the mukbang celebrity because I'm not a TV person, but I watch some YouTube channels like, and I know some like really famous mukbang stars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually they like, how long is the show like?
Like in the beginning, as you said, like 2010, they just eat for 1 hour about just like big pot of whatever they have.
Yeah.
But now, actually, they bring the guests and have a talk, podcast, like, have a show. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's about an hour, like just watching one person like just eating.
Yes.
Yeah, but then you hear this really juicy, like chewy sound, so it feels like a porny, like.
Yeah, actually, when they eating, you hear what's like a sloppy and then swallow sound and like a chewing sound. So that gives you some kind of, I don't know, satisfying.
Yeah,
right?
That's true, and they always eat like very unhealthy food. So so far I haven't saw anybody eating salad, like a big bowl of salad.
Mukbang. How about that?
Salad mukbang. Yeah, I would rather do a dumpling mukbang because I don't know if I can eat salad like for an hour. I don't know. I probably would get like traumatized afterward and never eat salad again.
Yeah, it's gonna be really interesting salad mukbang, but yeah, but it's not. You don't have to eat really well. Some mukbang stars eating really kind of like you never like is feeling like the mukbang the player is looks like. They never enjoy the food, Sometimes,
really?
Yeah, it's like all different kind of range of, style.
Ah, okay. Yes. So you can also like
you can really like
hate it.
Yeah, hate it,
and then to have a mukbang show. So weird. I think you can do something like that. You eat a huge giant bowl of salad and cursing the salad.
It's gonna be fun.
That's true. And complaining about life. And yes. That sounds very interesting.
It's fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I also have like similar experience of obsessive eating. That's going to be another sad story, unfortunately.
Okay, tell me.
Because when I was younger, like my parents are extremely busy. And then my mom has a lot of like dinner party to attend after her works. So she always brought me to that dinner party because we don't have so much time to get like spend time together like any other time. So that dinner party with a lot of like a large group of people became our way to connect. But they are all adults. So I was at that time around like 6 or 7 until I was like 14 years old. I ate almost every night in the like nice restaurant. But because I think like the fine dining is not what I need at that time. You know, I need peers. I need people who can play with me, who listen to my talkings, who share story with me or whatever. At that time, nobody really cares about a little kid on a dining table. They're all smoking, drinking, and they don't know what are they doing. And then gossiping, talk about random shit as adults. Like what we did right now, but with, you know, with less interesting content and with less values. Obviously, we try to talk shit, but then we try to create values with those things that we generating. So I have nothing but to eat. Yeah, and it become very obsessive because you kind of don't taste the food that much. You're just creating this habit to avoid any embarrassed situation.
Wow. Just really pretend eating.
Yeah, just because what else can you do at that time? By the way, at that time, there's not so many social media that like you don't swipe your phones all the time.
Yeah, that's worse too for kids.
That's true.
Right.
That's true. So, and that time is not an environment where you can read a book.
Right.
So right now, if I'm ever in that situation, I will bring a book.
Yes, but you didn't. Yeah.
But at the time, I just don't have that habit. So I started really to just eat a lot and eat by myself because in that way, I can forget about those people like I don't like in the room. So kind of a bad habit.
Yeah. So you have habit still or?
I guess when I'm like extremely upset or it's like a body reaction, right? You don't really think about, okay, now I'm super low in my mood and I start to eat, but more like a body reaction. So you just don't think, but you started to eat like a large portion of food.
Oh, okay. So just, you don't realize what you're eating. Just constantly just, wow. Have you similar experience recently?
Recently?
Yeah, the candy.
I guess the chocolate. For some time I couldn't, or like cookies, those things which gives you a sense of sweetness. But I'm getting better today because you cook me very healthy and I feel like I'm reset to balance.
That's good. That's good. It's okay for a few days to have candies.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's like not a sin or like call 911. No, not that serious situation.
We're adults now and control.
That's true because what is different is like now I can take control of everything. Like I can even take control of the situation that I don't like. I can just leave. But at that time, I couldn't leave.
Right.
Because I have to wait for my mom to leave. So, then she stays very late. So I couldn't really do anything about it. And there's no other kids. But the situation changed. I can decide if I don't like the situation.
Yeah. It's kind of like eating and the emotional. It's very attached. Yeah, I guess I have a similar experience too. So as I told you before.
When did you start to know this kind of show? And have you ever watched one show that you felt like very satisfied?
I never satisfied watching Mukbang. I didn't really watch from the beginning to end even. I just know what they're doing and just like, see just clip and then just switch to other things. But I didn't know it started 2010, I guess. Yeah, it's very early. 2010 is when I just came into US. Yeah, but it's I thought it's really weird in the beginning.
Yes,
people watching things, people watching because people eating.
Yeah, that's a weird thing because you can eat it yourself. Why don't you go eat yourself? So what do you think? What are the audiences? Why they are watching something like that?
Okay, so many people are living alone, lonely, and they kind of wanted to have a company, but you don't want to bother, it's so much energy to go out and make an arrangement instead of maybe just virtually eating together, hang out. I was thinking that way too. And the second, maybe you feel actually satisfying just watching somebody's eating. You might be imaginationally you feeling eating that food, right? That's the second reason. And third, maybe another people are feeling fetish, through the eating mouth and
sexually aroused because of. That's very possible because I think mouth has a lot to relate to this kind of sexual desire. Yeah. So you are actually talking about the positive effects of this kind of mukbang.
Yeah, pretty much it's a positive effect. What is negative effect?
Yeah, I mean, if you see something visually so aggressive, like large, consumption of the food, you can automatically in your mind mimic this kind of behavior. And any obsessive eating exceed your body limit, it has a bad effect.
Mukbang celebrity showing really feminine look, like red lips and then just shoulder, native, that kind of skin of the shoulder bones and kind of thing. This part is some woman can be very attractive, right?
You mean the neck part?
Neck part, yes, neck and here this part. So and then just only food front of your bust, chest. So it can be very sexual. Right?
Yeah. And it can also cause obesity and also different eating disorders because you're glorifying this kind of behavior.
Right. It maybe maximize your eating or discuss not to eat.
Oh, that's also true because I remember when I was in my university in China, it connects with the last topic we talked about, this beauty standard of being very thin. So I kind of on diet time to time. And when I was really, really hungry, I started to watch some of those clips. I mean, I never watch an hour. I think it's 5 minutes. It's kind of a way to distress, right?
Some way distress me while, I love noodles. But when people eating noodles, I feel like I would really want it too. And kind of, it feels like the same thing I have ramen and kimchi relief feeling, connect with my homesickness sometimes.
In which part of your life you feel like I have to eat more than usual to just keep my mood up?
There was definitely the middle school and high school. Also at the time I was growing and I gained weight.
Yeah. Because I think in East Asian, like the school system is so competitive.
Yeah.
It's like you compete with millions of people at the same time to some best university or any university. So it's a lot of stress of going through this exam, a lot of stress also for being part of the group, right?
Yeah, I'm not really happy with my school. And also my, parents was not stable. My father was alcoholic and my mother is in and out. So it was a very dark period at the time.
So you feel like food is comforting your mind in some way?
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Miss that party scene more than like making food.
I guess, because we all connected with some sense of taste.
Right.
So I feel like if you're at a dinner party, you share a pot, and there are so many things that you can talk about. Besides like a stressful life situation, you can talk about things right in front of you. Gives you more topics.
Right. Yeah. So I guess for your eating habit is not really bad, I guess. Pretty healthy.
I try to be healthy. It's because of like, I guess you want to have a very like healthy mind and body, and these two things actually quite connected. So I feel like as an artist, a very important part is just to take care of your health, actually.
Yeah, that's true.
With that, you can go out to create your work, but without a healthy body, and then it's just more challenging, I think.
I actually had some bad habits, not about food. I had I had to drink beer, just 1 or 2 bottles of beer every night, even though small amount of alcohol, but I became habit.
Like when was that? Every single day, still now?
Not recently, because I'm proud of myself. I stopped drinking 2 months ago, and then
only 2 months ago.
But it was a big deal. I was drinking every day.
That's true.
It was to me.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you. But that's kind of to ruin my body, of course. And then my mental too. And I was blaming I don't have enough strength because I'm getting old or whatever, But actually, since I stopped drinking beer or wine, I have more strength, and then I sleep better, actually. I sleep better.
Yeah. Do you think it's because of too much alcohol kind of toxicate your...
Yeah, it's next days after drinking, next day is not really clean and fresh, of course, in the morning.
Is your husband drinking with you? Are you drinking alone?
No, alone. My husband can't drink because he has a medical situation. But he pours beer to me for me, like a kind of like bartender. So like, he gives like great service and they make a really delicious cocktail sometimes. So I kind of spoiled. But it's like, and then he's kind of encouraged me to drink.
What the hell? So is that because of he bought some like insurance like over your health situation?
No, he's trying to kill me. No, because I don't have a bad reaction after alcohol. Actually, I kind of relax and then I laugh a lot. So I think he wants to see me laugh.
I'm sorry, John. I didn't mean that you're trying to kill.
No, he because when I feel better, he's happy too. So that's why.
Oh, interesting.
I guess, yeah. Anyway, so it's became habit drinking alone since I married, like I came into US.
Crazy. Are you talking about you were drinking for 14 years?
Mostly, yes.
Every single night.
I'm not like it, like it was I didn't drink at all while I'm pregnant and nursing. So that period I stopped, but I was kind of, when I'm stopping nursing, like, I was counting the day actually.
Crazy.
Like,
we all get some like sort of like hook that we can, rely on during those like moments.
Yeah. So I think addiction was a problem to me. And then my father passed away with alcoholic. So I know it's not good, even though I'm not really the bad attitude after drinking. So that what makes me stop drinking is the meditation, actually. Meditation and breathing.
Because you couldn't drink anymore because of it will against those meditation, right? Oh, wait a second. Meditation, not medication.
No. Meditation.
Yeah.
Meditation is calm down my brain. And then I realized my dopamine was crazy up and down. And then I was keep looking for kind of like, how to say in English, like, some kind of attractiveness or like kind of feeling high. You know what I mean?
You like feeling satisfied.
Yeah, it's like kind of like peak of the feeling. You know what I mean? Yeah. When you eat a really salty or your favorite food, you feel like kind of peak feeling. That's kind of pleasure.
Yes, I can connect.
You know what I mean?
To that.
But after I found my dopamine level, and then I breathing out and calming down, and then I watch myself actually, and if I bring my the dopamine level stably, then I can control it actually, and I can sleep better because my dopamine is not crazy high. It was kind of like this always kind of same level, and then bring it down before I go to sleep with breathing.
That's actually very powerful.
So I think about how you just like watch yourself, how your brain works.
Yeah, because I think that is a lot about a self-observation of yourself, really as a audience of yourself, to look at what is going on, to really feel that. Me and my friend were actually talking about this today. Like, I feel like the life can be very overstimulating. Like all the visuals that we are seeing in modern society, like all like the information that we are receiving right now, it's gigantic.
Yes.
It's very overwhelming to live in this world. From this point of view, I think we can say dopamine. Something like that. Yeah, to have this rush of dopamine, so I will give up my calmness inside of my body to just for this like very short-lived moments of pleasure.
That's right.
I'm getting excited
now
again.
You realize what you are looking for your pleasure. Yeah, it's not just eating. You can use for something else. Yeah, get just overstimulated. Yeah, what you're into it.
Yeah. So there's an artwork that we are bringing today called Food from Jeff Sobel. So it's a 90-minute theater performance in Brooklyn BAM, Brooklyn Academy of Music. It's not a academy, it's rather a theater. So very interesting. Jeff Sobel is a theater maker, but he is also a magician. So there's a lot of like magical elements in his work. So the first 40 minutes, right, is actually at a fine dining establishment. So you imagine there's a chandelier in the middle, like white cloth tables. So Jeff is like a servant. So he is taking orders from the audiences. And then he started to making the food, like making oven baked potatoes or fish. So that's the moment where magic appears, right? He's actually creating those things out of scratch.
Wow.
And it's very engaging for the audience. But soon it arrived to a level, it's not about food anymore, but about human greed. So he started to inhale food, like raw onions, dozens of egg yolks, wine, fish, cherry pies, even napkins, cigarettes, candles.
Wow.
So it's what really connects to what we are talking about, this excessive desire of taking in things inside of your body. And at the end of the feast, he pulled out the huge tablecloth, and underneath is deserted land. And then the world building starts. There's buffalo villages, crops, buildings, and cities emerge like with the time. And it's magical, I think.
Wow. That's powerful.
Yeah. So I feel like what I can connect with that with the Mukbang, which is really far away, but it's like some sort of like human desire, the desire to be in control of something.
Yeah, I guess it's human desire. Yeah, it's totally right.
Yeah. So the control of the desire of being controlled in that situation of like, I'm really going to absorb everything on the table and into my body and internalizing it. But do we really need to get that sort of like control? Do we really need to be in control of the situation all the time? Like, which one is more important? Being in control, or actually be able to feel it, to let yourself to be in that situation?
I think definitely the controlling power gives you, satisfying. That's dopamine too. Yeah. It's, but it can be toxic to others. Or if you use well, it can be good later. But, I guess it's definitely people wants to have that.
You mean the power?
Power.
I love that too.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't want? Yeah,
yeah.
Like
I saw you giving orders to your family members, and it's amazing.
I am organizing my family very well.
Yeah, the way that Rachel organizes a family is just really amazing. It's like a great leader in a small society.
It's because I have a very wise husband, It's good marriage is about agreement.
Jesus Christ, is he listening right now?
It's true because it's not related with this topic, but when I see the older married couple, long period married couple, it's about the husband's like, yes, dear. Always like, yes, dear. Yeah.
So all the guys sitting in front of our podcast, this is really the wisdom.
Yeah, I mean, I really respect my husband too, and I always do, always planning for best of our family.
Exactly.
I guess.
So you are talking about like the perfect couple should always be the woman is planning out things, kind of like directing, how this ship is like driving, like which direction, and the guy is like helping along.
Well, help each other, but if you want a happy marriage, just say yes.
I like that. I love that, actually. I'm going to write it in my Bible.
Yeah. Well, but to make, you want to, like if you want to have a good relationship with your partner, who's gonna say yes if you are like oppressive and then control freak. You have to give respect each other, and then make him feels good too. Him or she, whatever.
Yeah.
So
you're talking about I actually need to sugarcoat my control freak personality to make it not appears like I'm a control freak. It appears like a very good leader.
Yes, you are. You are. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. We are building up this confidence. Yeah. Oh my God. This is such a life lesson. I mean, I guess a last question that has to be related to art because we are doing an art podcast. Do you feel like you can also gain some control when you're doing your work? Do you gain this sense of like pleasure?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. Different way of a different type of pleasure. But how to say, it's not like I'm eating salty and kind of addictive food and get satisfying. And then when I'm doing artwork, it's not satisfying. It feels more of achievement of pleasure. It's like connecting with my next level. So definitely having arts and art activity gives more the higher quality dopamine. But I think dopamine is not a bad thing. I think you need it, but I guess you have to use for the healthy way, and then you have to understand what kind of dopamine level you need.
So, I love what you just said. Mm-hmm. Rachel used to tell me a very golden sentence because I'm actually in a reproductive age. So she told me something like, create work, but not baby.
Yeah. So I told you about like in early 30 or late 20s, that is like naturally ancest, and like naturally you have the period of like productive.
Yeah, want to reproduce something.
Produce.
Yeah, so, it's a very biological reaction in the body.
Yeah, so just naturally you want to make something, either baby or your work or something else.
That's true.
Yeah, your business can be business, or you want to make something from you.
Yeah, I love what you're saying. I love what you're saying about this stabilized dopamine.
Yeah.
Because as I'm getting a little bit older, each year, I realize that the pleasure that I'm looking for is not those rush of dopamine. It's not that peak moment that I have to get to that moment so I can feel like sense of pleasure. But it's like the elongated, peaceful and calm feelings of like warmth. Like it's like most ordinary thing. And I started to feel like the different temperature of the room. I started to feel like the flow of the water and those little things I started to really feel like it's so precious. And then I started to put it into my artwork too.
That's great.
It was really not that like big jump of mood swing.
Mm-hmm. So I think you get so quickly of what you realize yourself very quickly, and then you understand what people surround you, not just me, give you some feedback, whatever advice, and then make your own. So you're so smart. I guess.
Let's see. But what I realize is everything costs, because like this peak of dopamine costs you something. If you drink like every day, like 2 beers, it's going to cost your health. Like even though the most pleasurable thing, if you like overdo it, it has you have to pay for it. It's everything has a price.
Yeah, everything is, you need to pay for something But incredibly, you don't have to pay for your breathing.
Exactly, but that's one of the most precious things that we don't realize in our body. Is like organs works all the time to support us in this way.
Right.
And I think the best thing to do is to just really enjoy it. And you have to share to us about one of your most incredible breathing techniques.
I wanted to say about the breathing, most important, and it's foundation of your being, and you can feel your life. So that doesn't cost, and it can be change your life too.
That's true. That doesn't cost, but that if you ignore it, it will cost eventually. Really, the most important thing.
Most important thing, breathing right way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, I hope you breathe through with us in this Sunday morning, and it's time to say goodbye. It's
goodbye.
I don't want to say goodbye, but it's,
we're not goodbye, just so we're gonna just say bye and then come back next week.
Next week. So we are updating every Sunday,
10 a.m.
We are available on YouTube Podcast, YouTube Music, Spotify, Apple Podcast, and Pocket Podcast. And our Instagram handle is
current.art.podcast.
Thank you so much for listening and watching. We hope to see you next week. And have a nice week. Bye.
Have a nice week. Bye. Right. Good job. Okay.